Hi, my name is Daniel Koek. I'm a West End singer, actor, and also a vocal coach. I had an FUE procedure with Vinci Hair Clinic about 3 years ago in 2019. I always kind of worried about my hairline as an actor. I had a receding hairline that I probably inherited from my dad's dad. That's where it comes through genetics. But as an actor, I just thought losing your hair is one of those things that I think ages you quite quickly, and I just wanted to kind of stop that. So I had a consultation with Vinci and they recommended an FUE procedure, which I had in 2019. And it went really well. I mean, it's obviously a procedure, there's a little bit of downtime, but on the day itself, you arrive, you're very well looked after. The team's lovely, and they're really precise. It's like obviously super important when you're having a procedure like this done that you want an expert team, and expert advice and expert guidance. So I felt really looked after. I felt no pain the whole day. The area is completely numbed. And then once they've taken all the grafts out, kind of one by one, which is obviously the FUE technique, you're flipped over and you watch telly the whole afternoon while they regroup the troops, as I call them, and plant in your hairline where you and one of the doctors here has kind of transformed where your new hairline will be. After the procedure itself, you're obviously a little bit groggy because you've been lying down all day, so it's kind of highly recommended that you get someone to come pick you up or get a taxi home. And then you just got to rest that night, really. You've got to stay really still to make sure all these wonderful little new hairs that have been planted in don't move. And you've got to be quite careful for the best part of a couple of weeks in terms of the grafts really taking in where they've been replanted. To kind of combat the uncomfortableness that happens thereafter, because you are in a little bit of discomfort after the anaesthetic wears off. It's nothing that's not unbearable. Like I said, I just took a couple of weeks off work just to kind of have some downtime, and you can't go to the gym, so I was just making sure I got out once a day with my puppy and walked around and that kind of thing. But the downtime kind of is minimal compared to the result, because as you can see 3 years later, like I just think it was so worth it. I'm so happy with the result. So in terms of the follow-up when you're sent home, the team are always on hand to answer any questions you have. The doctors kind of give you their phone number, you're on email, there any queries you have, they're like at the end of the phone. So that's also a kind of really reassuring thing, because obviously for many of us, this is the first time we've ever been through anything like this, and you just want to make sure that everything's going according to plan. So I can't recommend the team highly enough. So for those of you that are kind of toying with the idea of hair transplant, obviously they've come a long way over the years, and the new and most advanced technique is obviously FUE, which stands for follicular unit extraction. It's where they literally take the hair out the back of your head one by one, so it's eliminating the need for the scar for when they used to take out the strip. It's highly effective, and normally most of us have heaps of hair at the back of our head, where what we call the donor site. Obviously I've done heaps of research. It's something I really wanted to do, so I looked into it and I researched lots of different companies, and obviously Vinci came up trumps in terms of the quality of Aftercare, the results. So one of the post-operative procedures that Vinci Hair Clinic offers, which I highly recommend, is called PRP. It's when they use the plasma from your blood and inject it in and around the recipient site to kind of really stimulate and make sure that the follicles that are freshly planted are going to grow super well. And the results from that also speak for themselves. Again, I think it's between 4 and 6 weeks after you've had the FUE technique that you can have a session of PRP, and then it's kind of highly recommended roughly every 6 months, I think, to maybe have a little top up of that to kind of keep all the hairs fresh and fruity. So my advice would be, don't wait. Vinci offer a free, no obligation consultation, so come in and have a chat with them. They're super friendly, super wonderful, and I kind of nearly guarantee that you'll not walk out of here without seriously considering having it done, because it's a really, really marvelous procedure that's come a long way, and I think the results speak for themselves.